Why New Year's resolutions fail? Every year begins the same way. A moment where we look at our lives and feel the desire to live differently. More present, more aligned, more whole. Every December, millions of us sit down with a notebook or a hopeful wish in our minds and declare that this will be the year. The year we finally break old habits, build new ones, get healthier, meditate every day, launch that dream, or become the best version of ourselves. We call these resolutions, but most of the time, they are not resolutions at all. They are longings. And longings don't respond well to pressure. By February, nearly 80% of New Year's resolutions dissolve into guilt, frustration, and self-judgment. By February, many people feel discouraged because the way we are taught to change rarely honors how human beings actually evolve. Most resolutions fail because they are created from the mind alone. They are ideas about who we should become rather than a listening to who we already are becoming. When we decide to change by ignoring our nervous system, our emotional rhythms, our seasons of energy and rest, the body quietly resists. And not out of sabotage, it's just out of protection. The brain does not open to change when it feels threatened. It opens when it feels safe. Your brain is not a fixed machine. It's a living, evolving organ, constantly forming new neural pathways. Every thought, emotion, and repeated action strengthens the pattern. Every new intention creates a possibility. Motivation is an emotional spark, not a stable ground. Some days it is there, and some days it's just not there at all. Life doesn't pause because January begun. Work continues, emotions arise, fatigue persists, and when motivation fades, the old habit of self-judgment steps in. To create real change in the new year, you must work with your brain, not against it. How neuroplasticity actually creates lasting change? Well, small steps create strong pathways. Tiny, repetitive actions build lasting habits. For example, meditating for 3 minutes daily creates a stronger neural circuit than meditating, for example, for 30 minutes once a week. Consistency beats intensity. The brain rewires through frequency. Doing a habit 5 times a day in a row matters more than doing it perfectly. What really creates change is not doing more, but doing less, more often. Small actions, repeated gently, signal safety to the brain. They say, the neurons, we are not in danger, we are learning. And the brain listens. Neuroplasticity is not activated by intensity. It is activated by frequency, by the rhythm, by return. Why sensory-based practices accelerate transformation? Your brain doesn't change through logic alone. It changes through experience. And the most powerful experiences are sensory. When you combine sound, breath, visualization, and frequencies, you activate multiple neural networks at once, making it easier for the brain to create and strengthen the new pathways. Frequencies shift your brain into states where change is easier. Specific frequencies can guide your brain into specific states, each associated with different mental functions: relaxation, creativity, emotional release, subconscious learning, heightened focus, insight, problem solving. When your brain enters those states, it becomes more plastic, more receptive to new patterns, behaviors, and beliefs. Sound and frequencies lower the mental noise. New habits fail when your mind is overwhelmed by stress, overthinking, or emotional tension. It won't work. Frequencies regulate the nervous system, lowering cortisol and calming the amygdala. A calm brain learns faster, and a regulated nervous system adopts habits more easily. Visualization becomes more effective when the brain is in a receptive state. When paired with frequencies, visualization activates both the emotional and cognitive centers of the brain. The brain begins rehearsing the new habit as if it's already real, strengthening the neural pathway before the behavior even happens. This is why athletes and peak performers use mental rehearsal with sound stimulation. The brain doesn't differentiate between imagined practice and physical practice. Repetition plus sensory immersion equals faster rewiring. The more senses involved in the ritual, the stronger and faster the networks form. Change is emotional. We don't abandon habits because we are lazy. We abandon them because underneath, something feels unsafe, overwhelming, or unsupported. When the inner environment is noisy, when stress hormones are high and the mind is racing, the brain prioritizes survival, not growth. This is where regulation becomes essential. You get the point? Sound, breath, and frequency work not just because they fix you, but because sound and frequencies, they bring you back into coherence. They quiet the excess mental noise. They soften the alert system. And they create a state where the brain becomes receptive again, where learning, imagination, and new identity can gently take root. When the nervous system is calm, consistency stops feeling like an effort. It becomes a natural extension of self-care. Why tools like YouTuneIn make this process easier? Platforms that integrate binaural beats, 8D sounds, affirmations, and guided practices create the ideal neural environment for transformation. They help your brain enter the right brainwave states, reduce resistance and stress, reinforce new beliefs, anchor new behavioral patterns, and accelerate the neuroplasticity process. Your brain operates through electrical activities called brainwaves. These waves shift throughout the day depending on what you're doing. Not just what you're doing, but what you're feeling, what you're thinking. Each frequency corresponds to a different mental and emotional state. In the app, you can find 7 different frequencies for different purposes. But for this purpose, we should focus on theta and delta states. The brain's critical filter quiets. These allows affirmations to bypass conscious resistance and directly influence the subconscious, where habits, self-image, and emotional patterns are formed. Customizable routines, daily reminders, and a full library of binaural frequencies, you can build a habit system that adapts to your lifestyle and keeps your transformation consistent and sustainable. Let's plan a different way to meet the new year. Instead of writing resolutions, I invite you to try something softer and far more powerful. Set aside 10 quiet minutes. No phone, no pressure, just presence. Begin by placing one hand on your chest and one on your belly. Let your breath slow down and allow yourself to arrive. Then ask yourself a different question than usual. What kind of relationship do I want to have with myself this year? Choose one small action, something so realistic that it feels almost too easy. Instead of attaching this action to a future outcome, attach it to an identity. For example, I am someone who pauses and listens to myself. I am someone who returns even when I drift. Finally, make one quiet agreement with yourself. I will practice this action with kindness, not perfection. The new you is not created on January 1st. And it's very important to come to agreement and to understanding. The version of you or the version that you are becoming is not created on that time starting your year is created quietly in ordinary moments, repeated with care and love and self-love. One breath, one pause, one choice to return to yourself each time life goes a little drifting away. This is how identity shifts, and this is how habits last. This is how life changes. It's never to pressure. It's never to feeling that it's an effort. Like this, you will experience more and more the flow of presence, and you will flow through the presence of yourself.